Slightly sunnier than it's like
Now, this is where you also there you are.
Nice.
There you are.
How many years in? Did you?
Yeah, originally Scottish.
Clearly run the whole place.
Well,
You always know who the bosses are. It's always there. I did spend very much time hearing quite a lot of young people's issues debating. So I was not to say good to see that this is priority. Those relationships kind of make points of like bonuses from there, it's very nice. We don't see the bonuses, we see the whole bonuses. I hope the word during the programs is just to give more visibility, more voice to them. Honestly, I'm still going to see eventually people look at that's layers of our bonuses.
I think it's fantastic for it to be really high access, just going across the it's an issue with people.
Section everyone's been doing a lot of hard work, so sometimes you need a little bit of a fresh perspective to come in and hope that we'll do work everywhere. Maybe they don't work with schools before, and I put them all together as a learning base. They were saying it's not free. It's the budget for the idea about what their decisions are to make. It's not proposed. I've created a little bit of this one. It's always fun. Everyone responds well to a little bit of competition. I've got Sheffield going and so it's
But ours is the best.
Yours is the best. Of course it is. Now I hear no one.
Nice to meet you.
Have you seen the students?
Had a good time down in Student Union.
Yeah, we did. We had a very nice student comment there. The music came on, there was a bit of fun house going on.
It's really one that's net on the university, so hopefully it's in time. We've finished with the council that's been paying, we've got about 4,500 students. This campus is using about 15,500 students involved in programs at this campus, as you can see on both sides of the road. Really focus, I think, not just what we do with university students, but there's a fantastic outreach into the community and trying to
When was there a concern that there was something to be a university and
We've been doing that for a number of years, definitely we've tried to visit the UK curriculum in space, but recently we've been funded by the City Builders Commission with the Studio Ulster project, which in total is £72 million for new film studio building in Titanic. And that's full on production capability where we have Netflix, Disney, Universal Studios, Internet. So and then it's incumbent upon us to try to build the background skills for the industry that goes to develop the skills academy for industry, the skill production techniques that we're pioneering, which I think is the most advanced school in the world, which anything in terms of the things that people look at something really quite far back.
We'll see. All right, sure. We will do this week.
And you'll
of the creative industries workforce in urban plans. So what we do is we go into these centres and we put some equipment in. Thankfully the industries are converging, so we use the same software for animation, games, virtual production. It's called Unreal Engine, so we put some of the equipment in there in the centres. We have 2 mentors whom we employ to be trained by Richard Campbell, who's our trainer. And when they're fully trained in their training periods, they can move on to a different centre. And they're learning all the Unreal Engine skills. Our basic attitude is that we no longer have to say there are things we can't change, and things that we have to accept we can't change. We're going to change the things we can't accept.
Who the mentors on you two?
yeah.
So this is one of the projects we're working on as a team, working under the leadership of Richard. I guess I'll show you. So this is one of the levels for the game. We've been working together as a team from start to finish, from the design, making the documentation, and all the back-end kind of stuff of the design process. We'll kind of give ourselves roles based on what we do. This is kind of what we've been working on. Still a work in progress for a prototype. So
What kind of game is it? Is it a
So it's like a horror game.
horror game?
Yeah, get the blood pumping. So yeah, just.
And how do you start? What's the basics of the sort of the building blocks of this at the moment? Do you have to go coding levels, or is it?
Well, there's various different ways. As I said, we split ourselves into roles. So Luke here, he would be doing the level design. I would be focused on the programming, and we have a concept artist. We have someone who will do actual 3D objects, stuff like that. So it's kind of you would start with an idea session.
Do you start drawing and then do you ever do any drawing at the very beginning, or is that?
Yeah, so the concept art, we do that, and then
Just
we
give you a
get
feel of what's going on.
a good idea of what it's going to look like, and then we come together as a team and decide, well, what is it we're actually making? We're going to have this, we're going to do this, we're going to have that. And then once that's done, then we all kind of piece our own bits together until we come up with this.
And how long did you get to this point?
Man, good pull that hat off.
So this is Jared Levy, one of the creative technologists here, who's an expert in virtual production. So what we have here is one of the very first in the UK or Ireland. I think it's the very first in the university. It's called an in-camera visual effects stage, and we use technologies like Unreal Engine and game engine technologies to empower our students to move into the generation of where we see the film industry going. So one of my roles is Chief Executive of Ulster, which we'll look at in a few minutes. We'll give you a chance to talk to some of the students about what they're doing here. This is all now embedded in their programs, supported by experts like Jared, industry experts who are in to teach them this new camera track technology. This is not just back projection, Jared. This is also tracked camera technologies that are using game engine. So we now need animation students, games design students, film students, all coalescing and working together. And for us, we've now built a large-scale business that will open at the end of January. All studio will sort of look at it in a few minutes. But Jared, maybe you want to take the
Sure. It's basically exhausting. I like that, Jared.
Yeah, it's nice. This is a professional group.
Is it?
Yes, yeah. So we've had the bike set up on a gimbal. It's allows you to sit on the wheels. And the students here use everybody medals. they've been experimenting with frames and shots to make it look as if you're having a designer.
It actually looks incredibly realistic in the trailer, doesn't it? You think looking at that, how do you make that kind of lens look really
Yeah,
good?
it does look very Lorenzo. Would you like to push the camera back and forth?
You're able to hold the focus on the camera to make it look as if you're moving in. So if you look at the screen there, it looks like you're getting closer and closer
Yep.
while you're using the focus on the camera without it.
And are you doing the focus as you go?
Yes, it's manual focus with this knob here, and you just pull it forwards and backwards to focus. So this is everything here. Would you like to have a go?
Yeah, go on.
Going focus?
Do I just turn it towards you?
You pull it towards loosely. If you pay attention to just the red lines, that's it when it's in focus.
Oh, so you want to keep the red line?
Yes, you want to keep the red lines.
Not this way, so it keeps it good.
And just push it very, very slowly. Keeps the bike in focus while the moving goes.
I'm going to hate this, I'm afraid.
We're able to tilt the camera, so yes.
You want an automatic focus? Does it not do?
No, it's not automatic, so most cameras you can have a manual focus to kind of get the effect that you want. But yes, this one's manually focused, and it just allows you to kind of play around with the background. If you want to focus on the background, it more so challenges the screen. It kind of makes it a bit more, visible that it is a screen. Whereas if you focus on the main in the foreground, which is Lucy on the bike, it kind of provides a sense of realism.
That's why on film sets they're still using a manual focus of it. For that exact reason, it gives them the flexibility to be able to.
Yes, so it doesn't focus on the incorrect thing. Really. I was going to offer, would you like to have a go on the bike?
Go on, let's Why not? Anything to set the motorbike. I feel like it needs a bit of a race. Might meant to be in Arizona. And what film are you doing? Are you putting together a production at the moment?
We're just screen production students, so we do major projects, and we have the opportunity in third year as third year students to use this screen to kind of make our films a bit more realistic. We want to include scenarios, say like Arizona here. We can include that without having to travel out to America really, and all that sort.
Brilliant.
So
You've got all different landscapes you can put in. Have you?
yes, there's all different types. Like this is shot on a 360 GoPro camera, so it follows along and people. This is all real time, real footage, real cars and everything passing by. So it just kind of
Feels weird when you're looking at someone disappearing off on the road.
Oh yes.
It's amazing. There's nothing else like this in the universities.
The technology, if I could just step in, the technology is starting to now permeate into universities. We were the very first in the UK or Ireland to bring this technology in to a university. And I think that gives us a real advantage. We're probably 2-3 years ahead of much of the rest of the UK and Ireland in the context of our development into this work, because we're very mindful that we've established some very large-scale projects now that require this generation of students to understand exactly how this technology works, and these students are get this access to this technology to be able to do and go into the workforce ready for it and ready for the future.
I feel like we should take this for a spin. Have any of you taken this for a spin? Does it come off the gimbal at all? Feels like you have quite a lot of fun with that. Brilliant fun. Lovely resource.
If I could show you some of the. Lucy, do you want to join? So, Studio Ulster then is a rival destination in some respects for a lot of the work that the university is now doing. So this is a project that comes through the development, research development from Ulster University. Wholly owned subsidiary of Ulster University is a large-scale investment of about £75 million in Belfast Harbour, located at Cheap 5 Jar.
Where does it come from? Where's that investment?
So about 25.2 million of that comes from the Belfast region CDP, and then our partners in Belfast and Northern Ireland Screen, and then obviously working with the Belfast Harbour studios themselves. We are located in that right beside the large-scale studios expansion that's just opened as well. So now we have a world-class facility of about 1,200 crew, but we're future-proofing what the industry needs to be here. We're also helping to reduce the carbon footprint of the screen industries in the UK very, very significantly, because this technology means that we only have to build a bit of the set. The rest of it can be extended using the technologies you saw in the other room, virtual production,
integrated game engine engine. But this isn't just about film and TV, it's also about animation industry here, it's about the games industry here. We also actually have, which is uniquely so, a research and development lab called CoStar, Conversion Screen Technology in Real Time, again funded by the UKRI and British government. And it is a world-class lab that sits in the middle of this commercial business developing the future.
In the virtual production studio, like over the last year, so that we've been grateful to help out on. So it's really exciting seeing this screen being brought into like people's films and how they want to workshop it.
And do you get some of the businesses coming in here? Because it's quite a good experience for you guys to learn actually see a production being done.
Yeah, and like see hands-on like how people make films and make documentaries and do experimental things with the screen, and then in general as well with different equipment.
That has been very much the mission of this space as well, developing the local industry. We've trained 300 of those 1,200 crew here as part of the Screen Academy, has delivered that training and are supported by Northern Ireland Screen to prepare this generation of workforce that we have right now for this technology becoming online. So this facility is globally unique. The combination of technologies don't exist anywhere else in the world, and actually it's the most advanced version of that technology. So they have a great opportunity to work with companies who come into these spaces and develop and use this as a research and development space and also a training space as well.
Do you both want to go into the film industry?
Yeah.
I guess when you get to your stage, you already know this is a pipeline. You made your mind up. I want to be in the
absolutely.
Yeah. How do you feel about the future going forward in the UK? Does it feel like we talked about briefly earlier that quite competitive? Mm-hmm. Lots of you going into the sector.
I know. Once you're in, you're in. It's just a matter of being at the right place, the right time, and meeting those right people. Like just putting yourself out there and putting your work out there. But if you have, like, for example, I want to be a director, but that's a very bold thing to leave uni and be like, I want to be a director.
Yeah, sure.
But if you go in with that mindset, at the end, like, you'll get that vision, you'll get that dream. Even if you're not doing like major productions, you are still directing lines of work, like short films or like what's happened with Northern Ireland at the Oscars. So it can happen.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I'd like to introduce you to James, Dr. James Martin.
Very nice to
So
see you, James.
James is a local.
I recognise that. Who gave you that?
It's a great opportunity to have, and also it's number 7, Northern Ireland, and I think that's a really amazing really. And I think the small actors would lead up to that point, and getting up to that point is a big step.
Yeah. Did you go through anything like this? Did you go through any of the creative industries or the universities to get to the stage you've got to?
The stage that I got to was actually traumatic services, and it was actually really
Set one together. I call it, huh?
Just about. Do you build it yourselves?
Are you ready? I want to chop.
Was it you work?
They're already taking their job seriously, and we're sitting here really all
Not tested right now either. It's pretty impressive. And what course do you want? This is probably your lifeblood, isn't it? Good luck. I hope it goes.
And we all just have the amenities that absolutely are required and
Yes, so good questions.
How long is the session? How do you get in touch with you and go through that process?
So my information is available online. I make my face known in as many events as I can. And so really people
electric going on.
The honour gets decided, I guess, that would be great on this bench, on that page.
You haven't seen my handwriting. I know, it's probably everywhere.
Different classes.
Just for you, just for you. Enjoying Belfast.
Very much so.
Well, I didn't apprenticeship, so it's a bit different. I'm just here on Thursdays, and they run an hour and 10 minutes late this morning. And then now, well, we all blaming you.
You don't say that's rubbish, but I know what you mean.
You're the scapegoat.
I'm using the scapegoat, I'm used to that.
That's fine, nice to meet you.
Oh, really? Oh, she's recording it, actually. Say
He's so good for British people, and it's just an idol. Thank you. I saw my best friends and sat there for like 3 hours waiting. We wanted right at the front.
So your full name, please?
Leah Reid.
Leah, were you expecting to meet the Prince today?
No, not until I got into uni. There was a few like rumours and stuff, but I never expected to get like front row and to actually meet him. No.
So did you actually come in here today just to go to lessons?
Yeah, I have a 9 till 6 today, full class. So yeah, all for lessons.
And what was it like getting in this morning with the security?
Oh, it was really long. The queues were like for 40 minutes long, and then you went through. It was like airport security. It was madness.
And did you have any idea that it was the Prince that was coming?
No, we just knew it was somebody very important, but we didn't know it was the Prince. No.
And when did you find out?
About 2 or 3 hours before we actually came, everyone was kind of confuffle, and everybody kind of knew then. But yeah.
So where did the opportunity come about to stand and wait for the Prince?
Just about. Well, he came at 2, and we were sitting about for like till 12:30, and then we started seeing the barriers go up. And we were like, right, we'll go and stand, and we got front row, luckily. So we did, yeah.
And did you miss a few classes?
Yeah, we did. Quite a few, but it'll be okay.
All worth it. I was going to say, was it worth it?
Yeah, definitely. Like once in a lifetime opportunity.
And did you get to speak to the Prince?
Yeah, he asked me if I missed any classes today, and he was really nice. Really, really nice.
And was he what you expected in person?
Oh yeah, and more. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Have you always been a fan?
Always. I've always been, like, grown up, I've always been around the royal family, watching the weddings and the funerals and everything on TV, following them, and it's just amazing to finally meet one of them in person. It's great.
And did you manage to get a selfie?
Yeah, I got a few. I didn't get a selfie, but I got a few photos, so I'm happy enough. And my friend got a video of me shaking his hand, so I'm all happy. Yeah.
And what are you going to do about your